Assalamu alaikum everyone, I'm Shamsa.
And I'm Maymuna.
And today we are here on the Queen's Experience, right?
Yes.
Yes, what are we going to talk about today?
We're going to discuss everything.
Everything.
Yes. We are thrilled to be here, and this is going to be our first episode. And
Exactly.
Can we introduce each other?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll start. I've already said I'm Shamsa, and I have experience in security governance and capacity building, spanning to 15 years. So I'm so passionate about education. Let's start with that. And the reason we are here today is because of that. The other thing is the fact that I did not go through the normal where you finish secondary and then you go to the university because of circumstances. But that shows you that life is not a straight line.
Yeah.
So I decided to go for work after Form 4, and then I got my education while I was still working. So basically that is me. How about my?
Once again, I'm Maymuna. This podcast has been our dream.
Yes.
And I think I've had this dream for the longest time. And I would say it was God's timing to decide to do this with you. I am thrilled, I'm excited. And as far as education is concerned, unlike you, I went through the normal primary, high school, campus work. And I think we're here to tell people that whichever way you go, whether you start with your career, whether you start with education, as long as you are inspired and you want to get out of whatever situation you are in, you're good to go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they should expect more.
Yeah.
Are we limited to be discussing any topics or
No,
it's everything and anything?
Yeah, everything and anything.
That touches us from our experiences, from our people.
Yes.
We come from a very unique community, or should we say conservative community. So expect more, maybe the untouchable even topics.
The untold stories.
The untold stories.
Yes.
You will hear them more.
The untold experiences. Yeah.
So,
and at least tell that ladies or women from our community, especially the young girls, that it's possible.
Exactly.
Yeah. Whatever you go through, you can always get out of it.
And actually, we are just a drop of the ocean because there are so many people like us or women like us who have broken the records.
Of course, yeah.
And we might even bring them on board so that they can share their dreams and what they have done so that our people, be it a girl, be it, they can learn from it.
Yeah.
Yes. Even our men should be able to.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, I believe they are fathers, daughters, or sons.
Yes.
Yeah. So they should.
They are brothers, so they should not cut our wings.
Yeah.
Yes. So, what is your goal? In terms of this podcast.
I think it's just to share our experiences.
Exactly.
As much as this is a passion, this is something like we would like to do. I mean, since at right now we don't have any financial gains, but basically it's just to use us as a role model, as an example to our, especially ladies, young girls from our Somali community. Yeah. I think that is our goal.
Exactly.
And then the other thing is there are so many untold stories. There are so many untold like challenges. Our ladies, our successes, our women are facing, are going through rather. So yeah, I think that is one of another reason rather.
Yes. Yeah. So I totally agree with you, May, because we need to. There are some things that our community are actually going through, or not even our community, Kenyan in general, that we need to highlight them. We need to bring them up. You know, people see us with hijabs and everything, and then there's that assumption that we are loaded.
I think that will be another episode for another day, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the assumptions.
So, we need to let people know that we're just normal Kenyans, like any other person. The struggles that someone who is living in Kibera is undergoing is the same struggle that I'm undergoing.
If not worse.
If not worse.
Yes.
So I think it's something that we need to bring on the limelight, that at the end of the day, we are all human beings.
Yes.
And we are together. We are not selling our shares as Kenyans.
We are taxpayers.
And we are taxpayers as well. So we are here to stay. We are here to show our case ourselves. And we are here to learn from each other, because every day we're also learning.
Yeah, very true.
Yes, exactly.
So I would say it's a passion for us.
Yeah, it's a passion for us.
Yeah.
And we'll hear from them in case they want us to divert our views and all that. But it's an open mic.
Okay.
Or should we say it's an open podcast? Yeah.
So what are you doing now, currently?
Currently, in terms of work.
Yeah, in terms of
work. I'm a career mom. I'm a typical Kenyan mom, jungling between work, family, kids, all that. But at the end of the day, you need to sacrifice your passion.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's one thing that I love doing research and reading. You will find me on any of the social medias, just looking at something, reading about something. So, a typical Kenyan lady.
Yeah. And I think every lady out there can relate.
Exactly.
Not only from our community, but the larger, the Kenyan community, or even globally, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that we are literally juggling being a mom, being a career woman, not to be left behind by our counterparts. Being in school at the same time.
At the same time.
Promotions don't come easy.
Exactly.
Like you have to prove and you have to play your part.
Yeah.
Yeah, just basically prioritizing.
Yeah.
Yeah, having to-do list and you just prioritize.
And there's no shortcut.
Yeah. But then you have to work hard.
Exactly. You have to work hard.
There's no shortcut.
Yeah, and nothing comes out of luck.
Yeah, look at everyone who's succeeding.
Yes.
Even if you have Godfather or whatever, but at the end of the day, if you have that extra, if you work hard, that extra hard work,
exactly,
you'll always succeed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how is your experience in terms of work as a lady, as a Somali lady?
As a Somali lady, first, I thank my parents for at least trying to take us to school.
Yes.
Let's begin from there.
Yeah.
Because for you to be, unless you're a business person, but still, even if you are in business, you have to be educated. Since at least you get that kind of exposure.
Yeah.
But I believe, as far as I'm concerned, going to school, getting my degrees, getting my masters and all that has really helped me. So having my papers, I believe I am enough, I am intellectual. Yes. And then you combine that with the experience.
Exactly.
One thing we've not told people is we've met almost 10
years ago.
12, almost 12 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah. Very young in the working experience, right?
Exactly.
Very, very young.
Very young.
And here we are always. Like
I
adults,
don't even imagine where you are.
Grown adults with so many responsibilities.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I believe in the working environment, like a Somali woman, I don't like, there's no time for mediocre.
Yeah. Like
I have to perform, I have to deliver, Yeah, because again, I have to be example, this assumption of waria wako na pesa, waria wako na Godfather. No. It's at the end of the day is you have to work hard, you have to get your papers, you have to compete. There is one thing people do not mention in the working environment. As mothers, we take off for the childbirth, right? So we are away for 3 months.
Yes, actually almost 4, 5 months.
No, 3 months. Let's say, and then the other child policy, like you come a little bit late and you go a little bit early compared to everybody else in the office.
Yes.
So that is the time I've realized that our male counterparts, the men in the office, hapo ndo tunapitwa. You get, because there is that. Okay, let her go early. There is that. So what do they do at that time?
They see you as a burden that you're not working to that.
So what does these other counterparts do? They move. Yeah. So that is the working. So that is why when you come back, you have to pull your socks, or else you'll be left behind.
You'll find yourself, the people that you had entered in the same level have really moved.
Yeah.
And maybe it's something that people don't discuss much, especially as a career woman. We don't expect special treatment, but affirmative action. I think it's something that needs to be brought on board. But will that affirmative action be done because you're pushing yourself? You just don't lay back and say, I'm a woman and I expect favors. No. You need to. Do you have the right academic papers? Have you pushed yourself? It's not that when people are going for extra training, are you in that level? We are women.
What do you mean by affirmative action?
Affirmative action, I mean by we don't expect positive discrimination, let's say. Because as you said, the man, while you're already on leave, he's moving ahead. So how can that gap be bridged? By accepting that we don't need special favors, but we need the table to be, to have that opportunity.
But just imagine 5 years, within 5-6 years, you go for 3 maternity breaks, of which you're allowed.
Yeah, you're allowed.
And that is what you want, right?
Yes, exactly.
And so what happens? We go for...
No, you choose, you know, we say
but I'm
that...
saying, can you compete with the same people? That's
you cannot compete, but also you as a woman, you have already decided, I'm sorry to say, I know it will be a bit... disclaimer, let me put it. You have decided, okay, I want to be a mom.
Yeah.
No one is against that. You're competing with someone who is a man, who is never going on a maternity leave, who will never leave work unless otherwise. Yeah. So are you pushing yourself?
Yeah.
Like when you're on maternity leave? Because the fact that you're pregnant doesn't mean that you can't go back to school.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't mean that you can't do an extra thing. A case example, I know of someone who's on maternity leave and they were catching up on their classes. So by the time they are finished with their maternity leaves, if opportunity allows, because people are not equal, sweetheart. People are not equal. Because you might be in a work where you're supposed to do practical things. Like, let's say you want to develop your career through engineering.
Okay.
And you are pregnant. And maybe you're supposed to lift things and all that. You need to find a way out. You need to find a way out. But that's why I'm saying there must be positive, affirmative action, positive discrimination. In terms of the Nini has to be, there's that slight opportunity. We are not requesting for special favor, but an opportunity, an equal opportunity, that when I come, I'm given, do I have the right education? Yes. Do I have the right qualification? Yes. But the fact that I was pregnant should not be used against me. But again, also, I need to push for myself.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying.
No one will ever come and say, because you are pregnant,
you'll be favored. Treatment.
No, but...
My point is, when you come back, you have to bounce back.
Yes.
Or else you'll be left
You'll have to work extra hard.
Extra hard.
Actually.
Yes.
And then you need to sacrifice. Sorry, again. If you're going to have 3 kids in 5 years span, sacrifice those 5 years. After that...
So are you saying you...
Get back to the game as you never left before.
So you should have
you prioritize.
Period. You have a period, like 5-6 years for childbirth, and then you bounce back. Like take a break,
Take kind of... Because you're gaining here, and you're gaining here. So when... how
will you catch up with them?
I think you will have to work extra hard. If it's education, get that paper, girl.
Yes.
If it's about going for an extra course, get that. Because I believe
working extra hours,
getting the right paper. Because if you look at this person, they have not gotten ahead of you because of years. But it's because of maybe what they have brought. In terms of maybe when you are on maternity leave, they were in school. They were doing that. And it's a very sensitive topic.
Yeah.
Putting in mind that we don't work in similar environment.
Yeah.
Because I'll imagine a soldier, a military officer, who will have to go to a certain training school. They cannot be on that level with their male counterpart.
So again... different time, different working environment, different experiences.
So we need to acknowledge that, and that's why I'm saying positive discrimination.
There will not be any time soon. We are not going to have any special treatment because we are pregnant.
No, you will never.
My whole point is, when you come back, please bounce back.
Exactly.
Yes, because
if it's possible,
atasonga kusonga. That's what I'm saying.
If it's possible, bounce back, but prioritize. If you decide to be a mom,
What if you have no choice to be a mom and to be a
No, you don't have a
woman
choice. You can't choose the same way we didn't choose our gender, but at least if you don't need to kill yourself trying to work hard and pleasing that. I hope and pray you will have a supportive family, because again,
a supportive family,
exactly,
a supportive, working
where you will not
also,
be judged that you have gone back to work early, you have left the kid, or the work environment will not put you on a pressure where you're supposed to leave your newly born kid. So it's all about the environment matters, the work matters, the work you are in matters, but at the end of the day, I believe as women we can do anything we put our mind into. Because I remember there was a time, if I'm allowed to mention, the CS, Amina Mohammed. She was, I think, the PS for constitutional or something like that. And she had a kid. She was a mom with a small kid, and she was at that top of the... And I think no one mentioned the fact that she had a newborn. And I think there is a way she created in such a manner that I'm at this level, but I will not neglect this duty again. I think I had her interviews in one of the radio stations, or it was the TV. So nothing is impossible. We should not use the gender card. Because I'm a woman, I will wait for... In Islam we say, tie your camels, trust Allah, but tie your camels first. So I think a lot has to be changed from that. Other thing that I would like, when did you feel your queen moment, Maymuna? Your queen moment where you said, okay, today I've achieved.
I think I've had so many queen's moments.
Let us hear it out.
The day I got my son.
Yes.
The birth of my son. Because I was very young, not by age, as in mentally. I think being a last-born in a family of... last-born rather, for a family of a very huge family, I was always the baby. And getting my son, I think that was my moment. Like I woke up, the responsibility side of me was born. The sensitive side of me was also like, that is where I got the strength as to exist literally. Yeah, because I've always been taken care of, even in my early adult life. So when I got my boy, that is the time, I became a mother, I became a responsible person. In fact, I even stopped, like, how will I say, hurting, rather. I didn't want to mess with anyone because, I don't know, maybe of the feeling, the motherly feeling.
Exactly.
And that, yes. The second time, I would say, when I kind of figured out what I wanted to do in life as far as career is concerned. I've always been, the way they say degree ni ya mzazi, degree si yangu. And being in this field for a long time, the experiences, working in different environments, I kind of figured out I'm a communication person. And that is what I pursued in my master's. And being in that department now, I feel like right now, I believe I'm in my queen's moment.
Yes.
Right now, being in that department, us doing this podcast.
Yes.
Having you literally as just randomly coming up and discussing this, I think even this is a queen's moment.
Exactly.
Yes.
I totally agree with you.
What is yours? What do you think?
I can't say I've had many, because the one thing that I remember very well, I've had so many. The one thing that I can recall was the day I joined uni. I even called my sister. Education was something my mom was hungry for, if not angry. It's something that she didn't get the chance, but she manifested that chance on her kids. I'm from a family where my mom will rather pay school fees on time before anything else. And then she was so strict in such a way that she will follow the rules of the school. My mom, I will be told to bring that book, she will buy me that book.
Will you know what influenced her?
I think she was never given that chance. That's what I'll assume. She wasn't given. That's one thing I might assume, but I don't know. But that woman, may Allah bless her, she was hungry for education. She could do anything for education. So, and she had promised me that I will go to the university, whether I like it or not. So the day I stepped into uni, once I was done with that class, I gave a call to my sister and I told her, I'm in university. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget.
You working
that.
hard towards it.
Yes, actually, I was, because I sacrificed a lot. I hope and pray one day I'll open up to the world.
Yeah.
But I had sacrificed a lot to be in that space.
Yes.
So the moment I got that chance, I said, no, I'm not going to leave it. And the other moment was the day I had the chance to tell my sister that she will go to the university. Yeah, like whether she fails, she was a bright kid, but I told her, because I remember when I was in class 8, when I was doing my KCP, my mom found me studying, and she told me, she was a disciplinarian, but she found me that I was doing KCP the following day, and she said, I'll never forget, whether you pass or not, don't hear what people tell you. I'll take you to secondary school. Because we were brought up in a place where the Somalis were not many, our legs were not many, and the people, and they actually, there was that rumor ya ukimaliza form 4 unaweza pewa mwanaume, you see. There was that, like, it was like rumors, especially being the big kids and all that. So for me, it was that day when I told my sister the same thing that my mom told me. Whether you pass, I even traveled to deliver that message to her.
Your younger sister.
Yes, my younger sister. Whether you pass or not, I'll make sure you go to secondary and you'll go to the university.
Yeah.
So that was a queen moment for me. The other queen moment for me is when I thought I'll never be, I don't know. I had this weird dream that I will not be able to take care of a small kid. Especially when my son was born.
You thought you'll never be a mom?
No, I thought maybe...
You wanted to give birth to a 10-year-old boy.
I think so.
A 10-year-old boy.
I'm very clumsy, naturally. I'm very clumsy. And there's this saying that my brother used to say, Shamsa, but ukimona anaangalia mbele, she's marking her steps and unajua hanguki. So nilikuwa na hiyo woga. Will I be able to take care of a kid with with me being Shamsa and clumsiness? But sometimes I look back at him and I'm like, wow.
You made it.
I haven't made it, but alhamdulillah.
Several times
I think, yes, exactly. That has been my queen moments. For them, like, it was like, up to now, I still doubt myself sometimes when I make some decisions.
You don't doubt yourself. Now you're good to go, my friend. You're about to be a grandma, don't worry.
I would like to see that, because I would like to see my offspring. Wajukuu wangu. Because kuna kale kawoga. Yeah. With my firstborn, I had that woga, by the way, to be honest. Until now, I saw him walking and all that stages, and I was like, okay, I think I can manage this.
Yeah.
With my nini, everything, with my crazy schedule, I can manage. And I think I've done so far. So far, so good. So those are my queen moments. To close this chapter, and actually this, because I've always had this dream of giving back to the community. Yeah. I've never... I think I told you sometimes where I used to approach people when they're going somewhere. But I think this has always been my dream silently, where now I'm able to give my experiences and say, if I did it. I'm the kind of person, you'll find me on the road and I'll tell you, do you know this organization that can pay your school fees and all that in terms of education? So I think this is a dream where we can tell our people that, look at us, guys.
Yeah.
Kindly listen in. We'll give you more ideas about how to beat life and everything. So, yes.
So what do you think of our future goals, our future speculations? Are we going to have guests?
I think so.
We should, right?
We should.
Experts.
We should. We should bring people.
Yeah. Not only from our Somali community, but
anyone we
all
feel.
Kushites, all kind of...
Everyone.
We need, as long as someone is able to share the experience.
The experiences, and it's all about the Queen's experiences.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you must be a lady to be on this podcast. We have queens in our life.
Yeah.
Be it our moms, be it our grandmothers, be it our wives. Yeah, we are intertwined. The same way I have a king in my life. It's not must for me to be for someone to be a man to have that, but we have those kings in our lives.
So
yeah,
basically we are here to build a community.
They should expect more, actually.
A community of our likes, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
With open-minded.
Yeah.
Who are open-minded.
Exactly.
With an open heart. So
yeah, let us start the journey together.
Yeah.
There's more waiting.
There is more to come.
Yes, there's more to come.